Nadine, I believe we'll throw it to you for myth number 2, and that is that DINP accumulates in body and in nature.
Yes, and as we see, myths about DINP are diverse, and in such cases it's good to talk about it as we do it now, and it's essential to rectify it and also consider scientific mechanisms and biological processes that are relevant. And first it should be questioned how we can be exposed to DINP and under normal use conditions of DINP containing products. Exposure is negligible and will be below relevant thresholds, as we heard from Hendrik in his answer before. But please let me highlight some other aspects. And concerning the accumulation in nature, it's documented and proven by testing that DINP is readily biodegradable, meaning that breakdown of DINP by physiological processes will take place in the environment. And in addition, DINP is not bioaccumulative. So therefore, accumulation in nature is not a concern. And for human body accumulation, it's equivalent. And DINP does not accumulate in human body as well. And all reliable data we have indicate, on the one hand, that exposure is low and the general population is not at risk. And on the other hand, it's well understood how DINP acts and distributes in organisms and the human body. Because several studies are performed, and the behavior of DINP within the body is evaluated and studied. So theoretically, DINP can be taken up if exposure occurs. The data indicate that DINP is readily metabolized and excreted once it was absorbed. And this is a completely normal process that takes place with every substance that enters our body. For example, the food we take, and the uptake of ingredients and nutrients from the food and other substances. But this does not necessarily mean that the substances accumulate in the body, and it starts with the mechanism of intake and followed by the mechanism of biotransformation and metabolism, and finally the elimination from the body. And as I said, it's a completely normal biological process, and it's also the case for DINP. Yes, from a scientific point of view, I think there are no indications, or I'm sure that there are no indications that DINP accumulate in body and nature.
There is a huge program in the European Union to measure the amount of substances in human. This is so-called human biomonitoring program. And yes, we see that DINP and a lot of other chemical substances are or can be measured in blood or urine at very, very low doses. That's just a fact that we cannot and will not deny. But on the other hand, when we compare the level of DINP as an example that can be found in blood or urine, when we compare this with what the European Union defines as safe levels, we are far below. And so this human biomonitoring program is for us a good thing because it shows that although plasticizers are used in huge volumes in daily products like gardening tools, or in the wall covering, or in medical applications, or you name it, although that the DINP is being used and plasticizers are being used and can be measured and found, there is no risk about it. And this is also something that we should always take into account in the discussion.